yes. Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming on to our Walk Talk show. We do. Oh my goodness. We appreciate the time, the effort, and everything that you do to come on every Wednesday and Sunday to be with us. We so appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so back to
Hi, Esther.
everybody, both YouTubers and Facebookers. All right. So let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and do our
Drum
drum
roll.
roll. Ready?
So today's topic.
Topic is emotionally or
Or mentally.
physically.
Physically. Cheating.
Which is
Worse.
worse?
Which is worse. So you guys, anybody who think physically cheating is worse than emotionally cheating, write out physically. And anybody who think emotionally cheating is worse than physically, write out
I want to
emotionally.
hear
I want
your
to see
point
which
of
one
view.
is
I
worse
want to
to
know.
you guys.
Don't hit nothing today.
What?
Yeah, don't touch nothing.
What do you mean? I just want to hit waves.
Alright, so emotionally and
Or
physically,
physically.
which one of the two
Hi, Esther.
is worse for you? We want to hear your commentary. Hi,
We want to hear your point of view. Emotional. Sheila said emotional.
Sheila said emotionally. So let's
Physically. Natalie said physically. Oh.
Okay, yeah. We getting there.
Nelly, could you go ahead and share it to the group? You know which group I'm talking to. Could you share it to the group since I'm...
Yes, if you're
yeah.
part of a group and you would like your group to hear or to see this, go ahead and share it as well.
Thank you, Nelly.
So emotionally, Sheila said. Physically, Nelly said.
I don't know. What do you think? Which is worse? Listen, I'm going to tell y'all what's my worst.
Which one is your
I
worst?
feel as though emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. I'm just saying. What's the difference between the two? We're going to get into it. Michael. We're definitely going to get into it. But I definitely feel as though emotional cheating is very, very, very worse than physical cheating. I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Emotional is worse. As a man, getting physical is easy, but it takes more to connect with somebody emotionally. I think men would find physical. Oh, Mindy says I think men would find physical worse, while women find emotional worse.
Okay, I think I got a problem.
This is interesting.
I think
Hi,
I
Stanley.
got
Hi,
a
Marcus.
problem. Sheila say physically
is for men. More. There's no attachment involved. Hi, Jarrell.
Ooh, that's a tough one for me.
So I feel as though emotional is worse on both ends. Both ends. And I'm going to tell you why I feel that as we get into the topic.
Okay.
Okay,
so which one for you and why? Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to get started.
Yeah.
So the reason why emotional cheating is, I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, emotional cheating is more frowned upon for me than physical is because, and excuse my French, I'm going to say excuse my French, Italian, all of them languages that I'm about to say.
Okay.
I feel as though it's worse because, when you physically cheating with somebody, you could stick your hoo-ha and your woohoo and your hoo-ha with anybody. You understand what I'm saying? You can stick your penis. Physical.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But when you emotionally cheat, you're investing something into that cheating. You understand what I'm saying? You're investing your emotional, your physical, your mental, your spiritual. You're investing more into it than just, sticking and going and sticking and moving,
Yeah. See, I don't know if y'all
cheating is
my
cheating, whether it's physical or emotional. There is no worse or greater. You're right.
That's right, Marcus.
I get that.
That's right. Cheating is cheating. For me, I'm gonna be a little transparent with y'all tonight. Please forgive me for being transparent. All right. So, in one of my relationships, the person was very physically physically active. I will say that.
Really?
Right? So they would cheat a lot, and then when they cheated, I would then reciprocate the
And cheat back.
love and cheating emotionally. Right? So because for me, I was like, okay, you know what? So if you could do that, I'm gonna go and entertain other people.
Right.
So it was like, okay, so if I know you cheated, all of a sudden I'm gonna make a friend. I'm gonna make a friend, and me and that friend will be on the phone. We'll kiki kaka, like you would know that I'm on the phone with the friend because I'm
Right.
mad at you, So I would do that because
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you know what? Because I'm not a physical cheater type of person.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so I'm gonna get you where it hurt,
And
so
emotionally
I'm gonna
cheat.
emotionally
Make
get
a
to you.
friend.
I'm gonna make a friend, although at times like that stuff don't really go nowhere. It doesn't, but it was just so I could beat you where I know
It'll hurt.
it will hurt.
Hold on.
Because a lot of people believe that emotionally
Jarrell
cheating
says-
is worse.
Jarrell says, so does that mean you give a pass to someone who physically cheats over someone who emotionally cheats? No!
Of course not.
Nobody
Jarrell.
gets a pass. Nobody gets a pass.
That's a no. We don't do that here.
Cheating
No.
ultimately is cheating,
Yeah,
regardless if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
physical or
yeah.
emotional. So nobody gets a pass.
No.
It's just that it's when we're asking what's worse, whether it's physical or emotional,
Yeah.
it's what's penetrating more. Not
Yeah.
if it's a pass or more.
Right.
It's what's
But although there
penetrating.
are people that gives emotional cheating like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, for an example,
Period.
like, they can have a friend that they just flirt with a lot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's just my friend. Or we just play like that. That's just how we do it. And so you like, but the man or the woman that's in a relationship with you might not feel too good about you having that particular friend.
I agree. I agree.
Because
Okay.
that's emotional cheating. I don't care what you say.
So here it is. When I got married, I decided to let go all of my male friends. And it's not necessarily because
all of
yes. Like when they call me up, like they would give me that, hey, how you doing? You good? All right, I gotta get off the phone with you because you told me not to talk to you, call you while you married.
I remember one of my mates tried to do that. On something, you got to get rid of all your friends. I got rid of all my friends, came back, found out that he still had all his friends.
No, that was my situation.
That was you see? Like you get rid of all your friends. You should not be talking to him. You should not be with him. You should not be no conversations.
That was
Nothing.
my
No hi, no
situation.
bye. Cut them off. No phone calls. No nothing. And then I'm like, okay, and I'm making phone calls like, don't call me no more. Okay.
Listen, I'm not.
And then one day I'm riding in the car. We riding. I see the phone ring. I'm like,
hello.
Hello. Oh.
Hi, it's so.
Oh, wait. Why you still calling?
I thought we done disappeared everybody altogether.
Nah, she just called by mistake. Oh, word. I was like, and then that's me because I reciprocate what you give me. I'm like, oh, no problem. Give me a second.
Call me right now.
Call me. Why you? Man, it's been a minute, homie.
I can't.
It's been a minute, homie. How you doing?
I can't deal with this.
I
shit.
reciprocate.
No, I don't reciprocate. Hold on, let me read some
Let's
of these
read some
comments.
of these.
Nelly say emotionally cheating eventually turns into physical cheating
Yes,
as well. I
yes.
agree. Sometimes it does. Now I don't want to say all the times, but majority of the time it definitely does reciprocate.
And we'll
to you.
cover how that can happen as well.
Right, because you open yourself up to certain things,
You do,
right?
You do.
Marcus says,
Let that man.
let that man or woman cheat in peace if you're not going to leave them. Shit.
Oh my God, that sounds like something from the show. I think it was Toni Braxton that said something like that.
Listen, yeah, she did say that.
Yeah.
Listen, but Marcus, I'm gonna tell you something right now, right here. You need to calm down.
Let that man cheat in peace. So, no,
Listen,
you not.
there is no peace. No peace in cheating in a
the
marriage.
river of
Even if it's not,
Jordan.
even if it's not from your wife that you're not getting peace, God is gonna rumble up your whole life.
Yes,
Okay,
honey.
so there's no peace in cheating. Let me just let you know that up front.
Mhm.
Jarrell said, I feel like we place adjectives, sorry, on cheating to justify the actions in our minds, to dull our lesson or lessen
A lesson
it.
is.
But cheating is cheating regardless. I agree.
Yeah. No matter how we put it, no matter how we take it, we flip it, we reverse it, we put a
Hey.
bow on it, we slap some flowers on it, we slap some gifts, baby I'm sorry's, a couple of trips, a couple of diamonds, upgrade the ring, like no matter how much we do
We
to
throw
make
it
it better.
air
We throw spraying on the garbage. We don't say garbage, right? It's just like spraying it up. Because the thing is that if the person do not have a spirit of repentance, if they are not willing to change, so guess what? It's going to be a repetitive cycle. Rather it is emotional or physical. If that's what they used to do, that's what they will keep on doing.
Exactly.
Especially if you are understanding and patient and calm about it. Oh, they just
he's just mistaken. One
they
mistake.
just they gonna shake it off.
Exactly. And Jarrell also said cheating in any form starts with the mind or thought, making a decision to do it. You are committed emotionally and physically because you made a choice that you were going to commit the act of cheating. You are exactly correct.
Let me
it
say
starts
this,
in a
Jarrell.
thought,
Yeah.
it definitely
I
fluctuates.
always say that a woman, especially a woman, right?
Hey,
a
guys.
woman, hi Jensen, hi honey. A woman cheats
Emotionally.
more emotionally than
Than
physically,
physically.
right?
And a
It's
guy
just
cheats
kind
more
of like the
physically
same
than
thing.
emotionally.
Yeah, it's kind of like a woman or any person, especially women. They move. They already left you months before they actually leave. So it's the same
No,
thing.
but guys do that junk
No,
too.
guys do it the same, but women do it more because
Yeah.
we are so emotional. So once we get emotionally detached from you, 9 out of 10, we're already kind of sort of looking elsewhere already. Right? So we're kind of like peeping in the next dude. We already taking in his application.
Taking the resume.
We checking his resume out. Like, wait a minute. Can
Marcus
wants
to know a question. He wants to know, have we ever cheated on a guy when we were in a relationship or married? Hi, Roro.
You want to go first?
Yeah, definitely. I cheated on a guy. It was very bare minimums in a relationship. However, it was more emotional than it was physical. I kissed the guy and I let my guy know what happened. So I was very transparent in that thought process. But it was because of the certain situation that me and this guy was going through that I actually emotionally cheated on him than rather physically cheated on him, So and with that being said, all of that was given with a level of transparency. I let him know exactly I let him know exactly what's going on after it was going on, because I felt as though he needed that level of respect and knowing what I did, and I needed that. I didn't want that in my conscience that I did what I did without allowing him to know what I did.
Yeah. For me, I have been unfaithful before. More for me, it's more. That's why I'm like, I don't really want to jump, because y'all say that emotional cheating is worse than physical. Because for me, I'm not the physical cheating type of person. I'm really more mental. And it's really for me, like if I know you're unfaithful to me, like I'm like ride or die chick. Like you good with me, I'm good with you. You straight with me, like you don't cheat, I don't cheat.
Right.
Like we good. But the minute I know that you have stepped out and that you have betrayed that relationship, you betrayed my trust, you have taken my love, my attention, my affection, my cup of love, like you literally took my cup of love and put it on the floor basically.
Yeah.
Then I reciprocate that by mentally getting your mind and makes you think that
Emotionally.
I'm with someone. And I remember one time, I'm just gonna tell you a quick story. I remember one time with one of my exes, and I knew that he was unfaithful. Like
Yeah.
I knew that he was being unfaithful at that time. So what I did was I packed my a bag, and I'm like, well, I'm going to my mom's for the weekend. And I packed my bag, and inside of my bag, I put like lingerie. I threw like lingeries in the bag. I had like a little heels, a little extra little clear heels. I don't want to say, stripper heels, but I threw that on in there. And so I went to my mom's for the weekend. So when I came back, now guys, I went to my mom's. I hung out with my mom's. I went to church on Sunday and came home. Like really, nothing happened. But when I came home, I left the bag like in the foyer. So because I knew he was gonna go in the bag, so he went in the bag and found the lingerie and the heels and.
You a mess.
So,
I didn't have to go through that.
so
y'all.
that's the kind of emotional things that I do. I kind of like get in the mind like, okay, well, you can do that, then let me show you what I possibly can do to you
Right.
without really doing the act. I don't really act. It's really hard. Like it takes a lot
For me
for
to
me to
step
go
out.
and actually go and lay with somebody else.
Yeah.
But for me, it's really like, okay, well, you're abusing me. I'm going to abuse you back. So that's why for me, I would say that I used to emotionally cheat.
Right.
But it was more like a game. It was more like well, get
See,
yourself together. 'Cause I
hold
know.
on. Let me read this question. It says, question, are you comfortable with cheating in a relationship? No, I'm
Of
not
course not.
comfortable with cheating.
No
in a
woman
relationship.
is. Nobody does.
Also-
Man or woman.
Also, how do you respond to someone who cheats out of retaliation?
Which is what I just did.
Which is what she did mentally. She
But-
kind of stimulated his mind to
Yes,
assume
to
the
assume
worst.
that I was cheating.
To
Yeah.
assume the worst. For me, honestly, I don't feel comfortable in cheating. I don't feel comfortable in stepping out. I don't feel comfortable in talking to somebody. The situation that I got into where I mentally, emotionally cheated and it led to me kissing somebody else. It was for me that it was something that I was lacking in my relationship. The respect factor, the communication factor, the everything else factor that I was lacking in the relationship. I confided in somebody, which was a male counterpart, which is, like I said, you're not supposed to do. However, when you find yourself in doing it, you're opening yourself to a situation where you are possibly emotionally going to indulge in this person. You understand? You're going to
It's an
indulge yourself.
escape.
Exactly. You're going to indulge in this person because this person now has an open ear to your issues, has an open heart to your feelings. You understand what I'm saying? So he opens himself to you tremendously to a point that you're now reciprocating that feeling that you have with that person. And it's not to say that it is approved. It's by far not approved. But some people put themselves in that situation. And I unfortunately stuck myself into that situation where I found myself emotionally cheating with this person.
Yeah.
And it led to the person, the counterpart saying, I would never. And this is what I feel as though side chicks, these are your anthems. And I know it for a fact. I would never do this. I would do this better. What? She did what?
Yeah.
Or he did what? I would never treat you with such. Those are the reassuring words that you hear from these people that's ready to be your side situation.
Yeah.
That makes you feel better, make you feel so good and so secure in what they're saying that you tend to allow your mental to lead you to the physical
I agree.
of kissing or beyond kissing
or having a sexual contact, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And luckily it didn't lead to the sexual act, and I felt the instantaneous
Yeah.
guilt. I felt the resentment. I felt everything that I did wrong in that one kiss, and I immediately said, you know what, I can't do this. And I went to the person that I was with, and I was like, listen, this is what happened. This, and this.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I agree. Because, see, the thing is that what we do not want to admit is that we, rather you like it or not, rather you know it or not, whenever you are allowing to be entertained by someone else, you are emotionally connecting with that person.
right.
It doesn't mean that you have to be on the phone with them 24/7. You
It
gotta be
doesn't.
riding and die. You gotta be out to dinner. You gotta no. Emotional connection is a spiritual connection. I just want to make that very clear.
Jensen said physical cheating is worse. The proof of disrespect. Emotional cheating has its chance of being corrected.
Of course, and I'm gonna cover
that's
that
the
as
dumb,
well.
That's
Jensen.
dumb. Just leave. Listen, some people are so invested in their situation, Jensen, that you just can't leave. So just to let you know, Oscar, that it might sound dumb, but it is easier said than done to just leave, because sometimes you have children involved. Sometimes you really love the person, and it's just the situation that's causing you to step into that realm of emotionally cheating. You know, so there's so many different aspects.
Something you lack. It's something that there's not a woman that I have spoken to. Hold on, that's not a woman that I have spoken to, or even a man that I've spoken to. Especially, let's say for this for this as an example, I had a guy, married man, that approached me, and his thing was he wanted to pursue another woman because his wife was not loving him properly,
the way that he needed to be loved.
And I asked him, I said, well, how is it that you want to be loved? And this is what he said to me that was like so, heartfelt, really. He said to me, it's not physical sex. I could get sex from my wife all day. He's like, it's not about sex.
You're right.
I'm not looking for someone for sex. Ladies, I want you guys to listen to this if you're paying attention. Most of the guys, most of your husbands, they're not trying to get just the physical either. Some men out there really trying to tap in something more spiritual, more emotional, something that gives them a chemistry. They want to feel that chemistry, that love, that attention. They want to feel strong when they're around you. They want to feel uplifted. They want to feel certain things. It's not just us women that goes through emotional roller coaster. Men does as well.
Yes, and I agree with that.
So when he said to me, it's not physical. I can ask my wife for sex. She'll give it to me.
Right.
It's not the physical. But you know what, Nancy? I don't know the last time I told my wife I had a headache, she went and got me a Tylenol.
Dang.
I don't remember the last time I laid down and she came and laid next to me and put my head against her chest. You see what I'm saying? So at times, that's what is lacking in the relationship. And some men think as well that it's like, okay, well, I pay the bills. I
pay the bills. I take care of the house. Forget that. I take care of the bills. I take care of the house. The kids are taken care of. I did enough. You need
so everything else that you need, that love thing, that emotional thing, you want to go out on dates, cook some dinner, we sit on the table and we eat.
That date.
That date for them, So it's really that. So then when a woman wants to be chased, she wants to be held. She wants to be pursued. And she wants to be held. She wants to be loved. She wants to be, touched.
Feeling like she's worth
it. She wants to feel in love. Now you're not giving that. And now Tommy down the streets of my son. Hey,
I would never do that, boo. I would show you, boo. Because
just give me a chance. Let me show. All you got to do is tell that nigga deuces, and I got you.
Let's read one of some because I see that
we have a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah. Marcus said. Mindy says, Marcus, you really
expect some truthful answers here.
Right. Thank you all for joining.
Quilinda Marie.
Quilinda Pepper says, definitely. Jarrell says, here's a curveball. What do you feel is worse, cheating with same sex or opposite sex?
They both worse.
They're all bad.
Worse. It doesn't matter if
they're all bad. But when you feel it,
one is.
I ain't even gonna lie. She gonna say when it's the same. Let me tell you something. And to feel as though my man left me for another man, it's kind of worse because that means I can't even leave him. I can't even get him to cheat with the same sex.
No, I would not feel bad. I would not feel
He
bad.
might
I'm
have
gonna
been
tell
undercover
you. Thank you.
already.
That's right.
He
I would not feel bad because I
undercover
probably would have felt like he was using me anyway.
to be
And
his beard until he could come out of the
I wouldn't feel
closet.
bad.
Right? All right.
Okay.
Osir also said, "I don't need to cheat on a woman. Thank you, Jesus. We need more men
Too
like you."
complicated.
Oh, sorry. Too complicated. I just go out for milk and don't come back. Oh, dang. Never mind. We don't need more men like you.
No, not like you.
We need men to actually come through. Sheila says love language isn't being met. That's exactly. Some people are not understanding the factor of love language when they get into relationships. And that's why you need to pick up that book and actually learn what love language is all about. And it's not just for a relationship. It's for your relationship with your children, with your spouse, with your parents, with your siblings. All of that plays a part.
You can have your whole household.
Exactly. You need a call in line. Jensen said, let's keep this in mind too. Friends of the opposite sex exist and every interaction isn't emotional cheating. You're right. Finding the right balance difficult but doable. Control your emotions. Listen, you're right. I want to say you're right, but when you open up yourself to getting those certain counsels from those friends that you do not know what their intentions are.
It's you. Like I always used to tell one of my exes, I always used to say, it's not you I'm concerned about.
It's that person.
You might have
it all together.
You went down the street. Your only intentions was to go to the store
milk
and get some milk.
But now Jessica
Gina started walking around,
right, with her
booty. Can you help me get that thing?
And because you're so kind-hearted and you're so sweet, you're like, sure.
And you go get her that item. And the next thing you know, she's like, are you single? And you gotta think twice, like,
am I? Am I?
Gina kind of fine.
Should I say I am?
Because it can happen that fast, guys.
Hey,
because
Farrah.
the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy.
Right.
So whatever he does it very articulately. He does it with
a purpose and a plan.
A purpose and a plan. Everything is lined up and just ready for attack. So trust me, sometimes you won't even see it coming.
Exactly.
You just walk around and bam,
Exactly.
It just happens. Okay,
and Sheila said, shouldn't that be something an individual figure out while dating?
Yes. Love languages? Yes.
Yes. I would say yes, but here's the thing. Sheila, with love languages, figuring out what love language this person is about. Some people actually don't move in with people. And they don't coexist or cohabitate. So now what you learned while you were not cohabitating is something of a new environment and a new scope when you start to cohabitate. Yeah. So
and that's why some people would say, live together first before you get married.
Yeah, it's a double standard on there. Yeah, the Bible says no. The reality says, you need to know this person's habit,
the
right?
World says
the
yes.
world says yes because you need to know. Hi, Dwayne. The world says yes because you need to know this person's habits before moving with each other. But I'm going to say
this. I'm going to say this. You should not go with what the world is saying because the world is contradicting the word of God.
Right.
So definitely that's not where you should go. Now, what the Bible says really in the proper way of dating is for you to befriend that person. There is no one that your friend with long enough. I'm not talking about somebody that you just met 2 weeks later, a month later, whatever, you married it. No, there is not someone that you have been with. You've been in their circle, you've been in their environment, you become friends for a period of time that you cannot go from dating or courting or friendship and into marriage and not have a successful marriage. People does it all the time. You do not have to become a housemate, a roommate, a mate, a sleep in the house mate. You have your room, I have my room, but we meet up in the same room every night, mate. Like, no, don't trick yourself into thinking that is the way of being. No.
She said no,
Keep your
bro.
place. He keeps his place. Y'all get together. Y'all buy a house. Y'all don't move into that house until after the I do.
See, that's what she says, right? Now, coming from my first marriage, I'm gonna be real.
Unequally yoked plays a major role in it not being successful.
I go into my first marriage, and what's up, ladies? Hi, Jose. I go into my first marriage, and to be honest, you know, we come from two different households into one, and it's like,
How long were y'all dating?
okay, we started dating in February.
How long were y'all around each other?
We started dating in February. We made it official in September. We got married in April. Right? And then we got divorced 6 years later in April.
I mean, it does not work because of the circumstances of your marriage. It doesn't work because of the choices that you guys made in the marriage. That's why marriage don't work, guys. It's, you know, some people say, some people be like, oh, you know, we are, you know, this. No, you were unequally yoked to begin with. Your love language did not match to begin with. Nobody took the time and said, you know,
For real, Sheila.
well, what do you like? I don't know, whatever you like. And the next thing you know, now you get in the house with them and you're like, well, I don't like my couch, but you said whatever I like my couch over here.
Those weren't my issues, though. Those weren't my issues.
But I'm just, you know, talking about just general petty little things that happens within the marriage. It's like you never really sat down and discussed certain things. So now, you know, you're having emotional cheating with Tom down the street because Tom like his couch on the right and your husband like the couch on the left, and now you're telling Tom, I hate my husband because Tom's like, I would never
put my couch on the left.
I like it on the right. What? Tom, you like it on the right? You understand me, Tom. You understand my dilemma, Tom. You know, so now
your wife likes it on the left too. Maybe your wife should have been dating my husband and I should have been dating you, Tom.
I'm telling you, I wish you switch. But this is what happens, guys. Like for tiniest little things, we become unfaithful for absolutely nothing. Okay, now this is my next question to you. Right?
Right.
Is there a difference between you finding out about the cheating, whether it's emotional or physical, or versus the person admitted to the cheating, confess?
Yes, there's a difference.
Okay.
There's a huge difference. I ain't even gonna lie. You better tell me before I find out, bro.
You sure?
You better tell me before I find out, because what you tell.
What about you guys? Let me know.
We're gonna give y'all like 10 seconds to answer this question.
Let me know, guys, how you feel about that. Like, what is your perspective? Like, would you prefer for your mate to tell you, like, hey, I cheated? Or do you prefer, hi Reggie, or do you prefer for, you know, for you to find out? Like, well, which is worse, really? Finding out or being confessed about the situation?
And we're gonna time y'all.
Well, it's lagged, so they'll have time. All right, go ahead. Come on, let's go, girl.
So I feel as though, like I said, it's worse for me to find out rather than you tell me about it. Let me tell you why. You give it opportunities for females, and because I'm a female, I have to say it in this way. You give an opportunity for females to have a one-up on me. If they are able to come up to me and say, yeah, I slept with your man, yes, I did this, yes, I did that, without me having to hear it from your mouth, bruh, We having a problem because now you're giving these females one up on me, and I'm supposed to be your so-called wife. I'm supposed to be your so-called girl. I'm supposed to be so-called that you care for. No, you care for me. You tell me, yo, Jenny, I did X, Y, and Z. This person is gonna be sporty, and she gonna try to show you like, let me have one up on them. Don't let them have one up on me. Do me a favor. I might hate you to the day I die, but do me that favor and let me have the one up on them. And that's one thing. As I do approach relationships, I tell that person my pet peeve is when people are able to come up and tell me something about you that I don't already know.
I remember when
How
I was in the world.
how
It
do
was.
I defend you
I remember when
if
I was
I don't know?
exactly. I agree. I agree with you 100%.
Bruh.
I remembered one incident like I had someone I was dating, and he was like, Nancy, I kind of like, women. It's my battle, it's my weakness, blah blah blah. So I'm like, listen. If you gonna cheat, the day you cheat, you need to come to me and be like, yo, I cheated. That way, I could call her up and be like, yo, girl. No. No, that way if she decides to call me up, or if she see me in the street and want to act like stank, I'll be like, girl, good looking out. The other day my man told, girl, good looking out. You saved me a night. Because it's embarrassing as it is already.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you stepped out and you became unfaithful, like, it's already embarrassing as it is. So the fact that I have to go and find out, especially if the chick was like nasty about it, like, oh yeah,
And
Nancy,
you know that's how they
she
come,
thinks she all
nasty and
that.
all.
Oh, she thinks she this and she thinks she that. Let me go ahead and pull up on her right quick and let her know, blah blah blah, and let
So
her
here's
know.
the thing. Let me give y'all a story. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was
man.
Nah, I was never. So here it is. I was supposed to be with my so-called dude at the time, right? And I'm at the nail shop. No, let me take y'all before that. So I was already telling my dude, like, yo, don't try me. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it do. I already know the job that we have. They had some employees that was very fluctuating.
Loose.
Fluctuated. I'm gonna use the proper word. Fluctuated. So I told him all of that, and I said, you know what? I trust you to do the right thing. Do the right thing. Gut push. Do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So next day, after the situation, first of all, that night, we were supposed to go bowling. I reneged on the bowling, but he ended up going with his friend and then this other co-worker that I was already skeptical about. Mind you, me, him, and this woman worked together.
Okay.
So Kunya, now, I went to go get my nails done the next day, and I had this coworker call my phone, and I'm like, I don't even talk to her. Why is she calling my phone? So I answered the phone. Hello, what's up? So and so. She's like, hey Jenny, how are you? I said, what's good? She goes, oh, I just had to tell you something. And I was like, what do you have to tell me? Oh, while we were playing pool or whatever, this happened. He grabbed that this and my this, and we did this and we did that. I said, oh, okay. That's what's up. She said, I just wanted to let you know. And she knows I'm with my dude. I don't think you're messing up that order of operation that God had placed into your life.
Hello.
You don't feel as though you have already messed up the will of God that he had already implanted. Now you're walking in the will of God, then you divide yourself out of the will of God. Guess what? You're not just taking away from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that comes up under you. Whether it's you're the woman that's cheating, that comes up under you for your children and your children and your children to come, or it's your husband who's cheating and mess it up for your wife, your children, and then your children to come, the children to come. You mess up that order of operation. You know how long it takes for God to put that will into his life for you to walk in the straight and narrow.
And I think what happened is people forget that you are not battling just the flesh.
That's on me.
You're battling principalities.
That's
And
on
so
me.
trust me, that girl that comes into your relationship to emotionally disconnect you from your spouse, from you physically being disconnected from your spouse, trust me, they have an assignment.
They have just like you have a divine assignment from God. They have a divine assignment from the enemy.
They have an assignment as well. So when they come and looking all cute and
Big
looking all
booty
fine, and I could do this and I could do that and I can give you what you need and I can give you what you want. Guess what? The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So that relationship that you're being emotionally disconnected from and now you're emotionally cheating with is attached to an assignment by that person.
Myrna says, when you don't believe in God, respect is non-existent too. So as you say, Adley, things will just happen. Cheating is nothing, right? Cheating is nothing, right? That was a question. Guy says the biggest mistake women make is getting in a relationship thinking their man ain't going to cheat. Whoa, shut up, I can't send you.
What you won't do, Shaniqua will. Yes, we covered that part earlier, Guy, that, you know, we need something. And especially when it comes to emotionally cheating, we need something. It's the lack of something that at times lead us to become unfaithful. And if we are able to heal in those areas and heal each other, then the emotional cheating will go down. And then we can now tap into each other more on a higher level and build up the chemistry within that relationship.
Right.
Okay, so here's my next question for you. And we hear this all the time. My work husband, my work wife, and that's my boo thing. That's my online boo. That's my online boyfriend.
Bae.
That's my online
Cyber
bae.
bae.
Cyber bae. You know? So we hear all of those type of
I have a cyber
relationships going on. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on online and work husbands and work wives?
when you're actually married in real life?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so if you're actually
Cheating is cheating.
if you're actually married for real in real life situation, listen. Listen. You need not to have a work husband, work wife, cyber anything. You have a real life situation. People striving to have this real life situation that you're sitting there fronting on and talking about cyber versus this and that work. Listen, my work husband is my real husband, okay? My real husband, okay? Listen, let me tell y'all what I do and what I did when I was married. My lunch break, when I went to my lunch break, you know where I took my lunch break? In my car.
Okay.
When I had my lunch break, it wasn't with anybody else. I wasn't entertaining anybody else. When I was married, to say the least, I wasn't entertaining anybody else. I wasn't married to any. I didn't have no work relationship. I went in my car, and you know who I spoke to? My real life husband.
Right. Because now what's happening is people are, thinking it's cute.
Even now,
it's cute, it's fun. Oh, where you going? Oh, I'm just gonna go grab something with my work husband.
Yeah, no. You know where I'm going? I'm going to my freaking car. Leave me alone. I'm going to my car.
Because this is where I just want to tap into that, because this is where the emotional cheating starts. He buys you lunch. You feel special.
Thank you. My husband will appreciate that I didn't have to spend his money.
After a while, it's going to be because you're going to have gratitude towards the person. If you're human, you have a heart, you're going to have gratitude towards that person. You're going to think that person cares for me. They might just have an agenda to really replace your husband, but you don't know. Or
I
you know,
agree.
or if they just kind of just want something on the low. Now work husband becomes lunchtime motel invites, you know? Because eventually you hang out with that person. That person knows your ins. They knows your outs. They're talking to
They
you.
relate to
They're
your work
relatable.
experience. You
Yeah.
understand?
When you're stressed
Listen.
at work, this is the person you go to.
Where I
This is
am-
the person you discuss like your stories with, your life, even your home issues at times. You discuss that with them. So guess what? That person has become your friend. And when someone becomes your friend, that's not really truly a friend, guess what?
He knows how to plant himself in other different directions.
He knows exactly how to play you to get what he wants.
Let me tell you something. Where I work at, we have this code thing called GS24.
Okay.
And GS24 is, I'm going to explain to you. So I'm possibly a GS12 on my own. Okay?
Okay.
2 people in my work environment is a GS24. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they tell you, don't be with somebody that can't be a GS24 with you. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying a little
No.
bit? Okay, so if I'm with a regular person that's not working with me, we could never be a GS24.
Oh,
So
okay.
if
They have to be
I'm-
the same level.
If I'm married to a person that's outside of my group or outside of my situation,
Okay.
we could only reach to GS12 because it's only through my ranks.
Okay.
But if I marry or indulge in somebody in my ranks, in my job, in my situation, we could possibly be a GS24.
You
Because-
move up in rank.
And move up in ranks because I'll be a 12, you be a 12. That's 24 together. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's what, because my job, my job is the highest divorce rate. Period.
Right. The stress and the time and the effort
Period.
and yeah. Mm-hmm.
So because they say that you're gonna eventually, and they try to beat this in my head, like you're gonna eventually be with this person in this job. You're gonna be with the person in this job. Mind you, my head ain't even in this job. My head not even in this job.
Mm-hmm.
My head ain't here.
It's not even there yet.
It's not even there. And they're like, you're gonna be with this person in his job to make it 24. And I'm like, no, bruh.
So basically, you eventually would end up with a work husband.
Hold on. Jenny, if we ever get together, I'm limiting myself to one cheated car.
Oh,
Listen,
God,
God. Flow all
Okay.
day, okay?
So yeah, so eventually you would end up with a work husband.
That's basically
But
what
that's
they're
what they're
entertaining.
saying. Yeah, that's what they're
And
saying.
in my head, I'm like, no, bruh. First of all, I don't want that officer, period.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, it can happen so easily.
Yeah, because you're in a relatable
So
field. You're in something in the same
it's
mindset.
It's kind of like they say,
You're-
the doctors and the nurse syndrome. you
Yeah,
know?
it's basically that. That's exactly what it is.
You're a doctor, and then you're at the hospital all day. You're at the hospital all night. Whatever. And then you have this nurse, and the nurse is just really
It's in your
captivating
schedule.
you, and she's in your schedule. She's in your face all day, every day.
You
Most doctors
built
end
yourself-
up in
right.
relationships with the nurse because the person is so active in your
Your
life.
life already, right? I
Already, so
agree.
it just makes it easier. Let's grab some lunch. Let's grab a drink. I'm gonna take a nap. Come and talk to me for a little bit. What's wrong?
Right.
And so conversations. So little by little, you develop something for that person. So when you are entertaining the thought, this is where the problem is.
Right.
The problem is not you having someone that you can talk to.
Right.
The problem is not having someone that you can relate, job issues and common things that's going on in your life. That's not the problem.
That
I
relatable
think
situation.
the problem happens with the work partnership is when you become personal.
Yeah, I agree. When you start pillow
When
talking
you
with these,
are exactly when you become
I agree.
personal.
I
When now you want to
agree.
talk about wife issue and husband
Right,
issues.
right.
When you want to talk about how many times you getting laid
Are-
and how many times
right,
you're not getting
right,
laid, or
right.
she's not loving me right. She's not not being caring for me. She's not, because again, women, we are emotional and we are caregivers by nature, and we want to take care of everything. We are incubators. We're loving, some of us are loving, but when you find a woman that wants to care for you,
Right.
and now you're telling her that the woman you're with at home
Ain't caring for you
is
in
not
that way.
caring for you. So
Let me
guess
tell you
what's
something.
going
You
to
know what
happen?
she gonna say? You know her response gonna be like, I will never do it like that. I will take care of
When
you.
I get home, I'll make sure I take care of you. But guess what? She's on the same shift as you. When you get home, you're a doctor, she's a nurse. She's going to go to sleep. You're going to go to sleep. How is she? At least the wife you got at home, you get home, you find a meal.
Let me tell you something
You
with that. Let
know?
me tell you something with that. To be honest, when you open up your situation, when you open up your house, your pillow talk with your wife to be with somebody else or to talk to somebody else for a sense of reconciliation or some sense of affection or attention, you open up yourself to
Yeah.
the following. I don't know if y'all know what lugawu means.
I'm done with you.
You opening up yourself to lugawu. You opening up yourself to downfall in your relationship, in your marriage. You opening up yourself to something where it could be detrimental to your marriage.
I agree.
You open up yourself to so many
To so
things,
much.
including lugawu.
To so much. It's not even so much that. I mean, you say it as a joke, really.
No, it's
but
for real.
It's
I ain't
really
joking.
because whenever you cheat, whenever you are unfaithful, and I say this all the time, guys, and when you hear my previous messages, you are transferring spirits. When you lay with somebody, you are intertwining. You and that person is becoming one flesh.
Yeah.
You are connecting emotionally, physically. That's why you will never date someone or sleep with someone that you at least don't think about once or twice.
Yeah.
Before you shake them off.
Yeah. Shake them off.
Even if she was a booty call, you gonna think about that booty call at least once or twice before you shake her off.
I agree.
Why? Because you were connected with that person in condoms and IUDs and everything else in between.
Ain't blocking it.
Does not block that spiritual connection that you and that person are intertwining with. It does not block that. So emotionally now, you are connecting with this person. Spiritually now, you are
You're
connecting with this
that
person.
person.
And then physically on top of it, you're connected. Now, how you going to get rid of that? You're going to need the Holy Ghost. You're going to need you're going to need to rebaptize. You're going to need a lot of help, a lot of praying.
Praying.
At times, that's why you have these strongholds. You have people that you get attached with, and you cannot shake it off. Why? Because you are spiritually now connected with that person. So now your business going down the drain, your life going down the drain. You lose your wife, you lose your children. You're like, wait, how did that happen?
How you so told.
That little big booty, big titty girl, that
big
looked so
booty
thick.
Judy.
She was so thick, she was so fine, she was red bone and nice, right? Yeah, she had some things, some spirits, some things attached to her
Yep.
that sucked your benefits, that sucked your blessing,
Or
that sucked your
it's
life.
not even her. It's you that caused the sucking of the life and the sucking of the benefit because you got out of God's will. You got out of God's blessing. That
Yes.
umbrella that
So
you
you
had
lost
over
that.
your head.
You took that umbrella right off your head. Now you
umbrella
wet.
over your head and now you drenched in wetness and
Exactly.
rain and turmoil and damage and all of the negative that you could think of because you took that blessing that you made, that covenant that you made between your wife and God. You took that covenant and that blessing and that shelter away from you just to please your soul or just to please your temporary for a long time turmoil.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. 100%.
Yes, even chicks from the strip club. Thank God.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, do you have any other things that you want to bring